the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
After 7th December, abatuo na chino ebusuafo na enye asem kotoa na abatuo echire nsensem na enye easy na yebekai a EC officials no bebre etimi ekoko report edema maami Nsem-Pii say after 7 December efiri oko 8 December no say wo ho na NDC amanyokuo no etimi aba bebo wura baabi a moye collation no na one etimi ejina so say chinchina declare one parliamentary candidate as winner enye asem kotoa enye seat no ahodo bebre ho a NDC amanyokuo no ejina EC officials ne so ma one declare one winner na EC enso etimi ejina ne tumi so me no eka say the all this seat ni nyina otimi declare no illegal MPP amanyokuo ni nso tabribi edikoko pie mu court no share say yenye re-collation re-collation no ni nyina so far NPP amanyokuo no na edinkunim senka say ye nationwide re-collation dia enkabusuafo ene seat ahodo bebre ho kranka NPP amanyokuo no na ebewie ni na videos no ebebe ba bonten no se ebeka ya Sam George die bi eba bonten ema yetimi ehu bi na afei and some of the videos no ebusuafo etimi abana nyasem kotoa the NDC amanyokuo ni jansa na yisifo no etimi declare one parliamentary candidate no as winner na ebusuafo video ni bi oha ayede eba betro na question na omanfo ebisa ne say then time na Dr. George Ekufudampare ene na pamfo one away na odi yenko hwe video no.
Stop that! What the NDC? The money is if you don't do it, you go out. We are not talking about it. But you're not it's not the fact. Please come back to
Tweja na mampanyin ene emrahye bedwafo na abato mpeso ahodo bia so no isi ema electoral officers ano mo ye returning officers to mean say omo kenka aba ne wi a ompagya do bedim kunim ne sa wo ho prekokra ansa na aba eye national eti omo enya sa akonya no ye didi ma ne abo wedi we na wini ye bebi wo ha ne tension wo ho kakra eti atwintwan so ebi wo ha ye se recounting ye ka aba ne foforo bio ehun sem bebre na abato ahodo beye enkron de isi ekire se kwaya mo fa so declare no na eye illegal na se o manfa kwampa so bi wo ha mo se party echitafo no ekoto ehye electoral officers no bi eso bebi ukra wo ha o mo dom sake kan mo ebi nso wo ha figures no ye bobo de hye o ma no na ye se ye bo hye wano ano waka ai ye hye mo ebi nkra wo ha ye se ye de se tuo ne se om so se de che se ensem de hunwan eti na abato mpeso ahodo ni bi wo ho a ewo se ye to no foforo na se omosan eye re-collation ye to no foforo de mum ye no re-collation na se ye san keka ni nyina bomu bio na ye hudo yi odi nkunim e omu abato ahodo ni bi eye Okaiko Central Ablekuma North ahafo ano Southwest in Sauma Dojiri Techiman South na se dosopa enkron na tie da bebo mu ne se okọ oboase East na no so ka ho a sesia owura Patrick Boachi Yadom a wogire mu edema New Patriotic Party NPP osoko kwama yekuo no na sesia de womo eye collation foforo no wadi nkunim enti enya NDC ni na di nkunim bi womo ye collation foforo no or the 19 votes enti we ne be fa no MP19 or the 19 votes na edi nkunim ewo abato no emu na Greater Accra Electoral Commission womo office wo ho nya seketwa kohwe ho we toma we na we atoma we toma we na we atoma we na yera aye Boachi Yadom honie Greater Accra Regional Office edema EC adwumako no honie collation no koso enya seketwa kra Setama Central so ka ho ai ibi bright ho no enya seketwa na no ewia we anopa no ibi bright ni nya bidigidik wose won pene kra na enti oko Facebook no so abon say Greater Accra ebi ni o Greater Accra Regional office no ɛhɔ ɛyɛ gidigidi pa ebi bright net hɔ no menim sɛ we no voice was ya yɛntie kakra.
You are not in charge. 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 You are never only two police. You are not in charge. And the NDC is in charge. Yes, he is in charge. Because so keep quiet. I will not keep quiet. You are not trying to keep quiet. Keep quiet. You can't speak it. You are doing the wrong thing. How many police stations are here? Nobody need a donation. How many?
MPB amayeko na ne yasa pagya ne sase ono wodi nkunim a wodi 19 votes pe na di nkunim awo ho no wodi nsem kakra to dwa kire se saja se ya maye ni ana ho amaye collation fufura ka manfo de akontomo afa ya ti ko de wura enum na meno ka sei nsam adogire so de na nam kwan so a eba ababedu ai eni breaking edem na so wodi entie Patrick Boachi Yadom de ni wie ba nsam adogire no to aso.
After the collation on the 8th of this month, louder. We were forced to declare the results, and so the results were declared under arrest. And after meeting the committee and the consideration, we have come out with the correct results, and these are the results of the parliamentary results. There were 4 candidates, or there are 3 candidates. The candidate number 1 is Patrick Boachi Yadom. Number 2 is Samuel Abuaji. And then independent candidate, Ajay also a free. Louder. These are the results.
Please, that Abuaji and Samuel, pick party.
Patrick Boachi Yadom Nsem-Pii. Samuel Abuaji, NDC. And then Ajay also a free independent candidate. And these are the results. Patrick Abuaji got 18,000. Patrick Boachi Yadom got 18,558. Samuel Abuaji got 18,539. And Ajay also free 424. On that note, Patrick Boachi Yadom got the highest figures or highest marks. So I have the honor of which party to declare Patrick Boachi Yadom of NDC as the parliamentary candidate, member of parliament elect. Please for what take your time and do it. If you consider the results, have the honor to declare Patrick Boachi Yadom of NPP as the member of parliament elect for Obuasi East. Thank you.
Now, somebody sent me a text. Let's have the people there again, the team in the oral. That text, I mean, it's going on social media, and they said, I'll read it to you in a minute. Give me the list of the Ablakwas committee. Yeah? Thank you. So, the person said, it's here. It's here. And he said that, please, I've seen this on social media, but I still want you to read it on Good Evening Ghana. It has been used by some stations already. He said, okay, it's an MPP thing. They talk about, say, okay, let's go through the leaders of the committee. Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa, the same man who was prosecuted by Martin Amidu for Isofoten corruption for $1 million, the chairman of the committee. That's what he says. Then he comes to, he continues with Martin Pegbu. He says, Martin Pegbu, Paul, you yourself have said on TV and quoted the High Court's ruling where Martin Pegbu was found for stealing somebody's book, Intellectual Property. That's what it says about Martin Pegbu. Then he says, Raymond Archer, the man who bought state land at trade fair for 100 cedis. 100 cedis? And put his private company on it and was making business. Oh, I know that story. I interviewed Raymond on Good Evening Ghana. Did he buy it for 100 cedis? I don't know what arrangement he had, but yes, he had his company at trade fair McDan and the trade fair people went to break it. He came on Good Evening Ghana. We had an interview. But the person says, a man who bought government land for, well, it says government land, his company was there, but I don't think that he bought it for 100 cedis. I don't know. Okay. And then he goes on to say, Kofi Boakye, Paul, again, were you not one of the journalists who covered the Georgian Wood Committee where Kofi Boakye was questioned for his alleged involvement in drug dealing, and following that, the police service actually suspended him and changed his position from Director of Operations to Head of Education, the little education unit near the license office. That's where his office was. And he was suspended for 1 year before he came back to that one. I covered the Georgian Wood. Yeah, it's true. I covered the Georgian Wood. Some of you are young, you don't know, but there was a Georgian Wood committee set up in 2007 or 6, I think, about this MV Benjamin cocaine scandal. I mean, in those days, I used to talk to Raymond Nacha quite a bit because he knew about the scandal. I used to talk to him quite a bit about that. Okay, so, and then who else? He said, finally, Domelevu, who had a moral deficiency for accepting an appointment from a president who had lost election, and then proceeded to forge his age, and was exited from the government by being alleged to have forged his age. Are these the people who are going to follow corruption and chase it for President Mahama? God help Ghana, he says. I'm not sure whether all of those things are correct. But anyway, so that's the conversation. So this committee don't have legal legitimacy. They don't. So they are going to, if I know of corruption, I call one of them, Kofi Boakye, whom I know. Whose number do I have here? I think it's only Kofi Boakye. Maybe Raymond Nacha, yeah. So I called them. And I said, I want to come before your committee. I said, hey, good morning. How are you? Please, my name is Paul Adumoch. I know that the former minister of this, he has a house at Adenta. And when you go into that house, I went for a party there. He has a swimming pool behind the house. And under the swimming pool, he has money there. You have to go and collect it. I don't know where he got the money from, but I'm sure that he has stolen it. I'm sure it is. So you have to go and collect it. Then they'll write it down. They write the name of the person, and then that's it. Then I leave. Then they'll ask me that, what is the basis? Do you have this? I come. I said that I know someone who works at ECG. And he told me that when they were importing the meters, the board chairman, he brought his own company. It is for him. And that company is the one that imported. Hey, what's the name of the company? The name of the company is Nyamele Enterprise. Okay, good. Nyamele Enterprise. Who is the owner? It's for the board chairman of ECG. He's the one who owns that company. I know, Pa. Do you know how I know? Because his driver came there and I took the checkbook and I looked and his name was in it. The Nyamele Enterprise, his name was there. It's for the board chairman. Okay, they collect the information. The another person comes says this. So President Mahama is saying that they are going to collect all that information. They will gather it as evidence and then hand it over to IYOKO, a special prosecutor, the Attorney General's department. All of those are legitimate state institutions that can then go to Registrar General. In fact, this committee cannot write to Registrar General. They don't have a locus to write anything to Registrar. They can't write to anybody. They can't write to GRA. They can't do anything. So when President Mahama is inaugurated, as he says, this committee will now gather the evidence. Now, this is how serious it is. If President Mahama becomes, when President Mahama becomes president on 7th January, and he wants to set up a committee like this, under the Constitution, the President of Ghana is allowed to set up commissions of inquiry and committees of inquiry. That process goes through Parliament. So the President will write to Parliament and say that I'm setting up a commission of inquiry. I like it to go through Parliament. I'm setting up the commission for this purpose. There will be a set terms of reference. There will be everything in there. It's not a wide set of reference that if you know that somebody has stolen, come and tell us. No. When it goes to Parliament, they will have a terms of reference. And then the President will make proposal of the names of people who should go on that committee. Any Ghanaian can challenge any of those names. So when the President is in opposition, he can just set up this, is fine. But when he becomes president, he can't set up committee of inquiry, commission of inquiry, without the laid down due process. Now, what's a commission of inquiry? That's what they set up. I also West Wogon. You remember that? The one who went to Emil Short and some people, set up by the president, through Parliament, approved by Parliament. The other one, National Truth and Reconciliation Committee, set up by Kufuor way back. Some of you may be too young to remember. It went through Parliament. So presidents of Ghana, their role is outlined in the 1992 Constitution. When they want to set up a committee or a commission of inquiry, and lawyers know that there's a difference between a committee of inquiry and a commission of inquiry, go and watch B.A.J. Darocha, he will tell you. There's a major world of difference between commission of inquiry and committee of inquiry. It came up in the 1969 Constitution and all of that. So So lawyers know that. So presidents cannot just set up committee. Now, when he sets up the committee, pursuant to the provisions on the laid down rules, any Ghanaian can say, but Mr. President, if you are setting up a committee for corruption, why is this man on it? And that challenge to that committee of inquiry would be entertained because he's Ghanaian. And the president, in setting up a commission of inquiry, is doing that in exercise of the powers conferred on him by the Constitution, which powers are conferred on him by the social contract, which powers are conferred on him by the citizens of Ghana through the ballot box. Therefore, he cannot set up a committee outside the laid down rules of procedure. He would have to do that. This committee can be set up anyhow he wants. But once he's president and he says, I want to set up a committee of inquiry, commission of inquiry, he has to do it according to the rules. And Ghanaians can challenge the people that he puts on it, because he's setting up the committee pursuant to an authority that is drawn from the ballot box, from the will of the people of Ghana. I think we are done on that one. For North South, they are looking for it. Ahafano North, they are looking for it. Obuasi East, they are looking for it. Bono East region, Techiman South, they are looking for it. Eastern region, in Samam Aduajiri, they are looking for it. Now, these are the constituencies that the Electoral Commission says they are not conclusive to be able to discuss the parliamentary issue. Now, the issue here is this. The NDC are saying that in 2020's elections, the Electoral Commission told them that once a declaration has been made about the winner, you have to go to court. So the Electoral Commission, the NDC is reminding the Electoral Commission that this is what you said. You said that once a declaration has been made, you go to court. Okay, what's the difference now? Now, Gina Dukwe-Mensah is saying that even though declarations were made on the occasion for these 9 constituencies, those declarations have been made invalid or have been invalidated by reason of the duress under which these declarations were made. In the circumstances, one cannot say that the Electoral Commission has declared these results and therefore the next line of action is court. I didn't see Abu Jinapo sit in here. Can somebody, can you check about Damongo? What's the status of Damongo right now? Is it declared for the NDC or is it declared for the MPP? I'm expecting that it's declared for Samuel Abu Jinapo. Congratulations to him. Okay, so Samuel Abu Jinapo confirmed. It's been declared in favor of Samuel Abu Jinapo for the Damongo seat. So that's an MPP seat. All right. So Electoral Commissioner is saying that in these 9 constituencies, I have not declared. I have declared, but I'm withdrawing my declaration so that I can count it well. In the circumstance, it doesn't show up as one that has been declared. I think that's the contention now. NDC says you have declared, so the next action is court. Electoral Commission says I have declared, but I am withdrawing my declaration. In fact, I have withdrawn my declaration. I want to do a re-collation to be sure that the decision of the people, the desires of the people have been correctly counted, the desires of the people as expressed in the ballot box has been correctly accounted for. That's what the Electoral Commission wants to do, that the desire of the people expressed through the ballot box has been correctly accounted for. Now, this is the Electoral Commission's position. NDC says no. This afternoon, Gina Dukwe-Mensah mounted the podium to have a press conference. The chairperson of the Electoral Commission found it necessary to have a press conference on this matter because it's very, very important. These are some of the things she said.
And the political parties were notified accordingly. In spite of police presence at our regional offices, the collation process was once again disrupted and taken over by political party leaders and supporters, and the results declared for both constituencies without due process being followed.